Hi guys, it's time for part 11 in the DVD collection overview of The Next Shelf. And this one has a lot of box sets on it, so we're going to get started with the Film Noir Classic Collection Volume 1 with the Asphalt Jungle, Gun Crazy, Run My Sweet, Ed the Pest, and the Setup. Which may mean I've got 2 copies of the Asphalt Jungle. Volume 2, my favorites, actually probably my favorite volumes, Dillinger, Clash by Night, Born to Kill, Crossfire, and my favorite film noir, Neo Emergent.
Boo!
What?
You got lower, so I popped up in your list.
Volume 3 as Border Incident, His Kind of Woman, Lady in the Lake, The Racket, On Dangerous Grounds, and the excellent film noir documentary, Film Noir Bringing Darkness to Light. Like film noir? Yes?
I don't know what else.
So I'd like to teach you. Gangster Collection. Each Down I Die, City for Conquest, San Quentin, G-Men, Bullets or Ballots, and Slight Case of Murder. Really kind of a fun one. Volume 4. See, I found this at a yard sale, I think. No, this is Volume 2 is at a yard sale. The Dr. Clitterhouse. I'm going to say that wrong. Invisible Stripes. Kid Galahad, Larceny Incorporated. Little Giant, and Public Enemies, The Golden Age, the gangster film. A really, really great documentary. Of course, I'm a huge fan of Mr. Moto, but I could only yet been able to find Volume 2 at a decent price.
Boo!
With Charlie Chan, I've got Volumes 3 and 4, which is all of the Sidney Toyer Charlie Chans from the Fox series.
Boo!
So, we're going to talk about VFIs and stuff like that.
What's that?
So, this one here is Band Apart. Come here. Anyway, so Band Apart is the name of Quentin Tarantino, director Quentin Tarantino. His company is called Band Apart because of this movie, because he liked it so much. It's kind of a French film noir. And next up is, you want to say you do the French school? Read the title.
Le Dame de Bois de Boulogne.
It's Robert Bresson film. Really good stuff. I love Robert Bresson, actually. Garble Silence Collection, a really good one. TCM one. And of course, with that I got Garbo, the documentary. Now we're getting the stuff that you don't know about, Cass. This is Charlie Chaplin. This is A Life in Art, Charlie Chaplin. You want to say something, Chaplin?
Interesting fact. Charlie Chaplin made his own music for his movie things, but he didn't know how to write music, so he would just play it on an instrument, and he would play it to an orchestra, and the orchestra would play it back for him, so he could do the news and stuff.
That's how much of a genius Charlie Chaplin was.
Mm-hmm.
The Circus, we watched this one together.
Yeah.
Is this the one where you got a little sad at the end?
Yeah.
We all did. We cried. The Great Dictator. Charlie Chaplin actually does kind of look a bit like Hitler.
Ah!
Chaplin.
Maybe it's a sign.
Gold Rush is probably one of Charlie Chaplin's most
The
famous.
Gold Rush was one that my teacher was going to show us in school.
That is a classic film.
But
Great.
I think she was showing pieces of it, little bits and pieces of it.
Next up are my box film noirs. I'm going to give them to you, and you're going to give them to me.
Okay.
Ready?
Got 'em.
So we've got Dangerous Crossing with Jeanne Crain and Michael Rennie. Really love this film. Watch this one with my better half, and this is a really cool one. Daisy Kenyon.
Yeah, I'll start holding 2 piles.
This is the one we get in the right order now. Black Widow, which actually has Ginger Rogers. I love the covers on these, by the way. I Wake Up Screaming. Of course, that's Betty Grable and Victor Mature, who did a lot of these things. He was most famous for Kiss of Death. Boomerang with Dana Andrews. Of course, Dana Andrews, you're seeing a lot of film noirs. Host on Telegraph Hill, we got Richard Basehart in this one here. Another, beautiful cover on these things. Oh, these great covers.
Yeah.
Another Dana Andrews, of course, now you would see in a lot of these films. No Way Out, early role for Sidney Poitier, a very famous actor.
I'm holding 2 piles.
The Sidewalk Ends, and of course, Dana Andrews and Gene Tierney, 2, really strong film noir actors. And again, we got Victor Mature, and his most famous role, Kiss of Death. And of course, but the one who steals this show is actually well, my favorite actor, Richard Widmark. One of my favorite actors for this type of film, and he does a great job as a psychotic killer.
Boo! You've not been here the whole time.
Again, Richard Widmark again with what was in this one? Paul Douglas and Barbara Bel Geddes. Barbara Bel Geddes, of course, was
Did you say again twice? Does that mean it's again?
yeah. Gene Tierney and Dana Andrews and Laura.
Again.
Classic. A lot of great features of this one, my guys. And Roadhouse, which, by the way, there's no number on Roadhouse, so if anybody else got Roadhouse and with the number on it, if they can let me know what the number of Roadhouse is supposed to be in the collection. Now, next up are my Criterions, and I don't have a lot, so I apologize for
Dance.
not being
Dance break. Dance break. Whoa, whoa.
a lot of Criterions, you guys. I know a lot of Criterions, so you know these.
Yep.
Criterions are pretty much the fine wine of the movie collectors. First up is Night to Remember, which is number 7 in the Criterion collection. This is, of course, the really good version of Titanic. Next, this is the best one. Let's see. Next up is Peter Weir's Picnic at Hanging Rock. A very subtle horror film, leaves a lot of things to your own imagination. It's very ambiguous in the ending. I loved it, but a lot of people are frustrated by the film. Hitchcock's The 39 Steps. I unboxed this one a couple days ago. Really great film. I love this thing. I haven't been able to sit down and watch this one yet. Again, it's been a long time since I've seen it. I like Robert Downey, and I really want to watch this film again. And by the way, this is number 56, and Picnic at Hanging Rock was number 29. Next up is another Peter Weir film, and this one is with Richard Chamberlain.
I have a figure.
And it is, very careful, okay? And it's number 142, and another kind of like a different type of horror film, and it's called The Last Wave. Next up is a heartbreaking, great film by Ronald Neame, and it has Sir John Mills and Sir Alec Guinness, I think, in this one here, and it is Tunes of Glory, and that's number 225. I highly recommend this. It's a really great drama. I don't have a lot in the horror stuff with Criterion so far, but I do have Unibaba, which is one of the hauntingly rendered Japanese horror films. Really love this film.
Japanese horror.
Yes, really.
Everything Japanese is like 10 times more intense and extreme.
Oh, this is pretty cool, actually. And this is number 226 in the collection.
The adorableness is 10 times
Next up
more
is probably, this is one of the best they ever put out. That's Night of the Hunter. Great Robert Mitchum film. It is number 541. Next up is the Chaplin one.
Japan!
Modern Times. This is his last time playing The Little Tramp, and I really love this film. It's a 2-disc special edition. It is number 543, and I will be doing some of these, I'll kind of give them singular reviews. Next up is a classic thriller, Blowout, Brian De Palma, and a really great one, it's number 562. It's the second film on it called Murder a la Mode. If you're going to get it, don't waste your time in getting the Arrow version. It's really not worth it. This one is the only version of this movie that you should ever go out and pick up. Next up is one of my favorite film noirs of all time, directed by Robert Aldrich, and that is Kiss Me Deadly. If you don't have this and you're collecting Criterion, shame on you. Go out and get this one right now. Don't you just love the kind of like the film noir pulpy type cover that it has? Next up is my first and only Kubrick that I have on Criterion right now, and that is The Killing. It comes with a second film called The Killer's Kiss, which comes with features of its own. It's a great Criterion one to have, and I highly recommend it. Of course, we're going into classic horror. You can't get much more classic than Rosemary's Baby with Polanski. It's a great film. It's I can't say it's highly underrated, but it needs to be this is one I don't want to see remade. Just, it's a really good movie. It's number 630 in the Criterion Collection. Incredible stuff. Oh, okay, got it?
Yep.
Next up is Purple Noon. Purple Noon is the first version of The Talented Mr. Ripley. It was done by the writer that also wrote the movie that wrote the book that Strange Time Train was based on, which is probably her best film work. Purple Noon with Alain Delon is a great film. I highly recommend this one. Actually, this is number 637. One more, don't worry. And Safety Last. It's Harold Lloyd. For me, this is Harold Lloyd's best work. The second disc has a 108-minute documentary on Lloyd called Harold Lloyd, the Third Genius. Strongly, strongly recommend it. I gotta go before she topples over my Criterions and I end up crying. Pick it up. It's one of the newer ones. It's 662. Recently came out. Beautiful cover, guys. You gotta grab it up. Those are my criterions. That's that shelf, and I am ready for tea.
Time for tea.
It's time for tea.